Hi, this is the Wealth Doctor with your crash course on what to know about financial advisors. The first thing that I think is really important is you want to make sure they're a true fiduciary. That they only provide advice for a fee. They don't sell commission products or get paid other ways. And that's really difficult for most folks to find out. In my longer courses, I teach you, how to go to the government databases and find out exactly what licenses and other bad stuff maybe they have. But the critical point is this. You can be, there are fee-only fiduciaries that only have a fiduciary license, both for investments and insurance and so forth, and don't sell product on a commission basis. There are lots and lots, and I suspect there are probably well over 100,000, if not more, in the U.S. that have both fiduciary licenses and commission sales licenses. I call these two-hat advisors in my academic research. And the concern is, of course, they can tell you they're a fiduciary, and I'm going to represent you and just look, but then later on they can switch hats, let's say they forget, and wind up selling you a commission product that you weren't expecting and really weren't on the alert for. That can cost you big. So this is a real big and expensive problem in this country. You want to watch out for securities and life insurance commission licenses and search the government databases to be sure. And you really have to check yourself. Many advisors are not nearly as upfront as I would wish about this stuff. Typically I've got to read the websites and look at the fine print at the very bottom to see, indications that they also have commission licenses. And increasingly, I'm seeing that not even there. And you really just got to go outside of the website to discover it. But it's important to know. You want to know what you're getting into. You want to make sure they've got solid training. At a minimum, you want somebody that has completed either the Certified Financial Planner certification or the Chartered Financial Consultant certification. And these are just basic financial planning courses on estate planning and income tax and retirement planning and investments and estate planning and so forth. So it gives a basic building block foundational knowledge of what financial planning is. Again, I've got a PhD and a bunch of other education beyond that. I started with a CFP back in 1990. It's an important foundation. It really is an advanced learn. It's just the basics in my view. But you want to at least have a CFP. Better, I think, a CFP that also is a chartered financial analyst, which is a really big deal investments expert designation, or a certified private wealth advisor, which is kind of like an advanced financial planning designation, CPWA. And these are real letters, as is the CHFC. Be careful, there's a lot of fake letters in this industry, my goodness, and many of them you get 3 box tops and spend a weekend at a resort, then you get a certification. But you want to make sure it represents real knowledge that is useful to you. You also want to make sure they're tax savvy, and far too many are not. I call tax the master wealth skill because it's so important. The extent that you're able to legitimately avoid taxes, your wealth just grows almost like creating money out of thin air. It's so important. On the tax aspect, particularly those of you that have accumulated some wealth and are pre-retirement or retiring and so forth, you want to keep as much as you can. So make sure they're tax savvy. The designation I like is the enrolled agent, which is an IRS credential, which is 3 concentrated, fairly difficult exams just on tax. More, in many cases than we see with other tax preparers. The master's in taxation is also useful. And in fact, I've got a master's in tax law from Georgetown because I think it's so important. You also want to make sure you get all of the costs in writing. Many advisors pitch really lowball fees, astonishing low in some cases, but they make big commissions on the back end that are not so easy to figure out. And that's, by the way, those are called fee-based advisors, which sounds so nice, doesn't it? Fee-based. The actual definition of fee-based means fees plus commissions, which I bet very few of their clients know. But you want to be careful, and certainly I would ask to get a document in writing, in email, that you will only charge fees and not take any commission products, and not refer me to your colleagues in the organization that will take commission products. You want to know exactly what you're paying, get that in writing. And I think I'd also ask for a fiduciary pledge in writing that you will always act in my best interest and not switch hats or act in another guise. with commission licenses. And finally, check for misconduct on the consumer protection sites that I teach you about. I've written about this for Forbes and teach in some other longer courses. Far too many advisors have black marks like complaints or fines or settlements, suspensions, license revocations. It's really amazing some of the stuff you might find. It's easy to discover if you know where to look. In fact, if you Google one of my Forbes articles, I think I call that one "Why Fiduciary is Still a Four-Letter Word," something like that. Or look at my other course material. Anyway, that's enough for now. In this crash course, we have much longer classes, and I hope you watch, you get more detail and more education on this really important stuff. So for more information on this and many other critical topics, please remember to like and subscribe for full access to my short and extended wealth education classes. Thank you so much.